What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Age of Empires 4, where we are here with the 100 Years War campaign, and we start with the combat of the 30. I've quickly looked into it, so we have a continued mission here. I just wanted to know what awaits us, and I guess we'll just jump right into it. Well, after watching the intro sequence, obviously.
In 1350, what we know as the idyllic French countryside was a living hell.
It is rather pretty there,
For more
I
than
must
15
admit.
years, the people had suffered at the hands of English invaders. Little did they know that this war would last for another 100 years. But through this crucible of fighting, famine and plague, there would emerge the modern nation of France.
Our trusted friends.
England's King Edward III looked
That wasn't
jealously
sarcasm,
upon
by the way.
Wanting France for
Like
his own,
France.
he had added the fleur-de-lis, the symbol of France, to his own royal standard. This was an all-out declaration of war. And in 1337, he invaded. But France already had a king, Philippe VI.
These drawings are so,
As
I
the
don't know.
English burned their way across the land,
People look so
Philippe's
weird in them.
army and his legendary knights marched to meet them and came face to face with the English longbow. A simple weapon, but the most devastating the knights had ever faced.
I wish you had a different narrator for each campaign. Like, this is the same woman that narrated the English campaign. Of the Normans campaign, sorry.
By 1351, the conflict was focused on Brittany. One fight stands out as a spectacular display of chivalry and a symbol of the wider conflict between the two enemy nations.
Julac? Is that how you say it? I'm so terrible at
The
French.
30 is still commemorated here in Brittany. It was a dispute between two local families. Supported by the opposing sides in the war, the French and English commanders decided to settle it through a trial of knightly combat. Each side would choose 30 champions to fight on neutral ground. France prepared to defend itself against England's finest.
We obviously move along a little bit in age. We're now in 1351. Obviously we are in the 100-Year War, like I already mentioned at the start. That's the campaign. And right now we are just waiting. We are leading Jean de Beaumanoir, and we will enlist 30 fighters eventually. I just saw that the recording paused, so I hope it actually works.
Intent on ending the suffering of the French peasantry, Sir Jean de Beaumanoir sent a challenge to the English commander. 30 champions on each side would compete in a tournament for final claim to Brittany.
Yeah, it seems to
With the
record now
battleground
again.
of the halfway oak agreed upon, Sir Jean set out to gather support from local knights.
It's whenever the game decides to have its save lags or the loading lag right before it loads into a mission, it kind of stops recording for a second.
As a knight himself, Sir Jean followed the strict rules of chivalry and was expected to protect the local peasantry and ensure peace.
Which is very annoying when which is very annoying when... Hold on. when you are talking and you are in the middle of a sentence and the game decides, hey, I'm going to give you a save game lag now, and
held for sport and glory, but the combat of the 30 was arranged between opponents mired in war.
yes, and when the game can you please stop?
And brought great hardship to the people.
Yes. And then basically the recording tells you, okay, I'll stop for a second now, and
Sir Jean spotted an English raiding
it's kind of
party
annoying.
attacking a nearby farmstead.
Yes, we will get rid of the English raiding party. With all our might, of which we have some. It's important to quickly get rid of these guys and not have to fight both at once. Go away! Where are you going? We're losing someone here. I am trying to save as many people. What is it with the text? That looks an awful lot like a bug, right?
The French knights defeated the English raiders, and Sir Guy de Rochefort joined Sir Jean's party.
Yes, it was hard to miss. His name was all over the place. Guy de Rochefort. I'm terrible with these names.
Looking to secure his honor, a young knight held his ground on a bridge in Sir Jean's path.
Can I please actually enter the duel? I'm actually not sure if this affects myself, like the guy that does the attack. There we go. Let's heal him up.
Defeat in the duel, Sir Yves Charel joined the cause.
Well, he certainly doesn't want to die, I assume, so. I'm gonna pick up the last guy here. Yeah, I kind of feel like we want him. Yeah, we're gonna get the healing done.
To Sir Geoffroy Dubois, whose squires were contending with a detachment of English longbowmen.
I wouldn't call this contending. That was more like
the knights would
being
use
absolutely
the great speed of their
terrible.
war horses to charge the archers and overwhelm them.
Kinda lost some guys still. That worked pretty well.
The English longbowmen fell.
I mean, we still lost
the
a
French
lot,
knights
but
knew the enemy would attempt to retake the hilltop fortification and steeled themselves for further attacks.
why are these names constantly showing? It's somewhat annoying. I'll tell you something about this mission later on, but so far there is no need for it yet. Just make use of all of our abilities, really make us as strong as possible into this last bit of attacking with 40 seconds remaining. Obviously, what is it? We obviously want our spears to actually attack the horses. So this formation we were in has not been particularly effective, but we will probably make quick work of him regardless. I am confident with the new round of boosts coming in we can get rid of them. And that's really all we need to do. It's not like we need to conserve our army. We get fresh units anyway.
With Sir Geoffroy
Oh,
by his
now we
side,
need to
Sir
get up
Jean
there.
had secured the outpost.
So that's the optional stuff done. Basically you get 2 sets of enemies at the end, and with one of the sets it's pretty easy to win, and with the other might as well restart. You can defeat it, but yeah, it took me a lot of saving and retrying to get that done, to be honest with you. Yeah, I have knights and horsemen, but that's easy. Not entirely sure why it shows that already, but
Sir Jean entered
that's
the
easier.
the tournament, where he prepared to choose which knights would join him in battle.
So basically, what happens here, and I
Each
am.
knight would be accompanied by his squires,
Wait a moment.
young nobles in training to become knights themselves.
Let's just quickly save. Save game, yes. Alright. Alright, so I had to reload this because my units didn't attack. And I'm not joking, they seriously killed no enemy unit at all, or did any damage whatsoever. So yeah, basically, we are knights, we are horsemen, we are men at arms, so we need spearmen, and we need a lot of them, and we need the infantry. Because I want some more spearmen to counter all of these horses. And I think that's a good idea.
Sir Jean had selected his champions.
And I hope my units
As the
attack
sun
now,
rose,
I guess.
The 2 sides entered the arena,
So
ready for the
silly.
first round of combat.
That was so silly. Attack moved into them and nobody actually attacked, which was kinda beside the point. They will now move into us, and I will firmly allow them to do that. And I hope my units now actually attack someone. Why are they waiting with their units here? So apparently fighting in the back is probably a good idea. The healing is good because it makes your units a lot more durable during this fight. Make sure you save these guys to keep your abilities. Okay, we already lost one of them, which is not ideal. I also want to focus down enemy units.
With both sides bloodied and bruised, the fighters called for a break, allowing the champions respite to bandage their wounds.
Can we please? Yeah, we get one upgrade, the melee armor. And that's literally all we can do. It was a pretty even fight in the
Refreshed and
first
reinvigorated,
round.
the French knights returned to the arena for another round of combat.
Where are you going?
The combat of the 30 was about to decide which nation would control the Duchy of Brittany.
So I will pick these once the fight starts, and I'll also do this once the fight starts. We'll obviously fight the horses first, since they arrive a lot sooner. Which is why I'm not running in, because I don't want my army to split up. We're going to focus down enemy units in the hopes of having the micro actually work out for us. So That's another horse falling. And we should be able to win this. It's looking a bit weird here. We can now improve these things and actually use our abilities once more, and that should decide the fight in our favor. So it was a bit annoying that I had to reload this because my units didn't attack, but oh well. Just not sure why they didn't. Like, they did 0 damage all the time.
Sir
It
Jean
was
de
weird.
Beaumanoir and his loyal knights claimed victory.
Oh well. It works like this. So yeah, if you run into the German mercenaries instead of the horses, and you have to fight the Landsknechts, it becomes a lot harder because you can't just pick spearmen to counter the horses.
This was just the beginning of a bitter war that would outlive them all.
And you don't really have much to counter the Landsknechts. They do insane damage. I mean, they have fairly low health, so if you manage to really focus them down, it's okay, but that's pretty difficult, so it's certainly easier to get the horses. No question. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and until next time with the Siege of Paris, farewell.